let's go ahead and take a seat. We'll be using a strap later in our practice, and you can have a blanket or a cushion, something to sit up on. So finding a seat, however is comfortable for you today, and maybe rolling the shoulders around a little bit. Couple letting go breaths, feeling your seat drop down to anchor to the earth as the crown of the head reaches up towards the sky. And either softening the gaze or closing the eyes, whatever's most comfortable for you. And begin to turn your attention inward. And see if with each inhale, you can find some tension or holding or stagnation or heaviness. And then with each exhale, see if you can release that. So it's kind of like hide and seek. So inhaling, you're seeking what is hidden, and exhaling, releasing it. So do this for a few breaths here. It might be an actual felt sense in your body and awareness physically, or it might be emotional, energetic. What can you find and release with an exhale? Let's do one more. Wonderful. And you can keep your eyes softened or closed here, and we're just going to begin to circle the ribs around. Very slowly, and noticing the sensation in your body as you move through these circles. There might be areas where it's like, ooh, that's a tender stretch, or that feels really good. Just moving through these circles as cycles that we are blessed to experience. Seeing this as a way for us to continue to move through what's happening in our lives. Let's reverse the direction, go back the other way. So especially when there's sadness or grief, misunderstanding that arises, we come back to the breath and the trusting that we're moving through cycles, circles, and not let any of it stagnate. It's staying in a flow. Coming back to center now, and take a moment just pausing, noticing that little bit of hide and seek with the breath and some circles with the ribs. What is it cultivating or shifting in you today? And gently opening the eyes, and we'll move to hands and knees from here. So feel free to put your blanket underneath your knees, a little extra padding. So hands underneath the shoulders with the fingers spread really wide, knees underneath the hips or a little bit wider. Take an inhale here. Exhale, round the spine, gazing towards the belly button. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, let the motion slide up the spine, belly drops, head lift. Exhale, rounding back. And continuing with your breath. Feeling into the fluidity of your spine. Inviting in any releasing. Feeling this great support of your body become more integrated. The next time you come to a cow pose, curl your toes under and press back to a down dog, bending one knee deeply and then the other stretching through the backs of the legs. Then we're going to pull forward to plank, and if you need to drop your knees, feel free to do that. And even from your knees, your hips are pulled forward, not dropping, but pulled forward. And so from here, either your feet or your knees, we're going to draw tiny circles with the hips. You'll feel your core fire up here. This space of personal power, of trusting your gut, of knowing what's truly in alignment. You go back the other way, really little circles. We're not doing huge movements here, but it's making us feel a lot in the core. Beautiful. And then drop the knees, press back to a child's pose. And here you might walk your hands a little forward and then drop your elbows. Bring your palms together to come to the back of the neck. Stretching through the triceps, the armpits. One more breath here. And then releasing the hands out in front of you, pulling forward to hands and knees again. Realigning. With your next inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to reach underneath the left arm, just reaching out to the side. Inhale, bringing the arm back up to the right. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, lift, and this time we're going to come down to rest on the right shoulder. And here you want to make sure that the weight is not in your head. Your head is resting down on the floor, but the weight is in your shoulders. So you could lift your head up. If that's not the case, bring your blanket underneath your shoulders so you've got support there. And then we're going to press really strongly into this left hand and shift the hips back to the right a little bit. And see if you can breathe into this upper body twist. Two more breaths here. And with your next inhale, coming back up, lifting that arm up into the air, shifting the hips over to the right, and bringing the right hand on top of the left hand and sit back towards your left or your right foot. And then inhale, coming back up, and exhale, bring that hand down. Move through a couple cats and cows here. And then next time you come to the cow, we'll press back to a down dog again. Walking out the dog. And then pulling forward to your plank again. Feel free to drop your knees if you'd like. Feel that core strong and engaged. We're going to take tiny circles, getting in touch with this solar plexus. Going back the other way. The fire in the belly, the trusting the gut, moving through, digesting what is arising, and then dropping the knees, press back, child's pose. This time, bringing the hands forward and up, coming up onto the finger pads, pressing down through the finger pads and pulling the shoulders back. Getting a more active stretch through the shoulders here. And with your next exhale, releasing the palms down. Inhale, pulling forward, finding hands and knees again. Realigning. We're going to do that upper body twist with the left side now. So inhale, lifting left arm up. Exhale, reaching underneath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, reaching. And one more time, we'll come down onto the shoulder. And coming down to rest, make sure your head and lift and move around, that the weight of your body is in your shoulder, not your head. Press strongly into this right hand, opening the heart up towards the sky, shifting the hips back to the left a little bit. Feeling this heart opener, especially the back of the heart. Sending breath to that space. You can feel like we want to protect in this world, in this time. We breathe love into that space. One more breath here. And then pressing back up, lift the left arm up into the sky. Press the left hip back towards the left heel as you bring the left hand to the right hand. Nice stretch here. And then coming back up and lifting and then lowering the hand down to the floor. Let's move through some cats and cows, integrating that. Next time you come to a cow, curl the toes under, press back to a down dog, walking out your dog. And then with your next inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, drop the foot over to the left. And then begin to circle the right knee, getting into this hip here. Going back the other way, other direction. And then lengthening the leg back up to the sky. Exhale, bring it through to the top of the mat, to the outside of the right hand. You can keep the left knee lifted or drop it down, whatever feels best to you. We're going to inhale, open the right arm up to the sky. See if you can at first hug that right thigh in towards your belly. As you drop the right arm back behind you, expanding out here. And then if you'd like, you can flex the right toes and begin to drop the right knee out. Getting deeper into the hip. And beginning to circle with the right arm. Big circles. And going back the other way. And then dropping the hand down, bringing the knee back up. And we'll step back to a down dog. Exhale here. Inhale, pulling forward towards your plank pose. Drop your knees if you'd like, and we'll find those tiny little circles again with the hips. Maybe you're feeling a little shaking in your body. That's excellent. Go back the other way. Beautiful. And then pressing back again to a down dog. Melting here. Inhale, lifting left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, drop the foot over to the right. Begin to circle the knee around, exploring mobility in this hip. Going back the other way. Lengthening the leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat, to the outside of the left hand. You can decide if you want to drop the right knee down or keep it lifted. Pressing down into the right hand, lift the left arm up. See if you can hug the left thigh in towards your belly as you reach the arm up, expanding out. And then flexing the left foot, you might let the knee drop out to the side, shifting the stretch in the hip. And dropping the left arm down, begin to circle it. And going back the other way. And then dropping the hand down and bringing the knee back up and press back to a down dog. With your next inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky again. Exhale, bring it through to the top of the mat. See if you can find your balance here on the ball of the back foot and lift the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms, opening the heart. 2 breaths here. Inhale, lifting the arms up, maybe a little back bend. And exhale, touch the mat. Inhale, step back to a down dog. Exhale here. Inhale, pull forward to your plank. And little circles with the hips. Really pulling that belly button in to support you. Going back the other way, deep core, deep knowing, deep allowing, and pressing back to down dog. Inhale, lift left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it through top of the mat. Stay up on the ball of the right foot if you can. You can drop the back knee if you need to. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms. Feel the shoulder blades moving towards each other on the back body. Strong grounding through the feet, the legs. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, touch down. Inhale, step back to a down dog. Exhale here. Inhale, forward, dropping the knees. We're going to come to hands and knees again. Take a couple cats and cows, integrating back into the spine. Beautiful. We're going to do those twists again. Let's do left side first. Inhale, lifting the left arm up. Exhale, we're going to come down to rest on the shoulder. Make sure that the head can move. Shoulders bearing the weight. We're going to press strongly into The right hand twisting the upper back. So you're welcome to stay here, which is what we did earlier. If you'd like to go further, you can extend the right leg back behind you. We're going to turn this into a balance pose and see if you can lift that leg up into the air. And you might just stay with the toes on the floor too. That's a good balance challenge as well. One more inhale, and exhale, dropping the knee down. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, returning the left hand to the mat, and we'll do the other side. I'm going to be turned away from you, but we'll do those same steps. Inhale, lifting right arm up, exhale, thread. And coming back down when you're ready, and then pressing up, lifting right arm up to the air, and exhale, bring it back down. Beautiful. Curl the toes under, press back down dog. And looking up past your hands, little baby steps up to the top of the mat. Hang into forward fold, and you can move your blanket out from behind you. And then from here, bringing your feet together, and we're going to begin to sit down into a squat on the balls of the feet, hugging the knees in towards each other. So legs are just squeezing in. See if you can balance here and bring your hands to your heart. If you don't have the flexibility in the knees or the hips to do this, you can do a higher squat like this with the hands on the knees. But we're squeezing the legs in against each other. Feel those thighs firing up. Lengthen the spine here. You get a little taller. And then releasing, we're going to bring the strap with us and come down onto our backs. You can hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side here. And then finding the strap, the middle of the strap, looping it around the ball of your right foot, extending it up towards the sky. Flexing the foot back towards the body. If it's comfortable for you to stretch the left leg out, I encourage you to do so and to flex that foot too. We're just going to invite the toes in towards the forehead while dropping the right hip down to the earth, extending right foot up towards the sky. And then beginning to circle the right foot gradually making the circles a little bit bigger. Maybe you just switch to holding on to the strap with just the right hand. And then we'll open the right leg out to the right. Really ground down through the left hip so it's not popping up off the floor. And we're going to do a couple windshield wipers here. So we're going to bring the strap up and over to the left hand, coming into a twist, and then opening, inhale, back over to the right, exhale across to the left. One more time. And then we'll stay here in this twist for 2 letting go breaths. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. With the next inhale, unwind, and we'll come back to center and switch legs. Maybe realigning the spine. Left leg extended up, foot flexed. Maybe right leg extends and flex that foot too. Rounding down through the left hip, reaching up through the left foot, and inviting the toes in towards your forehead. Knowing that our capacity to hold reality can constantly expand. Beginning to circle the left foot. Making those circles a little bit bigger, and then opening the leg out to the side, rounding down through the right hip. Still inviting the toes up towards the head. Nice opening stretch. And then windshield across, rainbow. So just the straps into the right hand. Twist. Inhale back over to the left. Open up. Exhale across, twist. And one more time. And we'll take 2 letting go breaths in the twist. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. With your next inhale, unwind, release the strap, set it to the side. Bring the feet to the floor as wide as your mat. Realign your spine and let the knees drop side to side. Both knees to the right, both knees to the left. Bring your hands to your belly and do a little belly rub as your body shifts side to side. Gratitude for all that the belly holds, physically, emotionally, energetically. And then hugging the knees into the chest. Let the knees come away from each other, reach through the inside of the knees, grabbing onto the outside of the feet or the ankles for a happy baby pose. And rock a little side to side here. there's any final poses you would like to find before coming to Shavasana, feel free. Otherwise, stretching out long on your back, setting yourself up well. Perhaps a blanket under your head or your knees or covering you up. Sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Let's take 2 letting go breaths here, just sinking into stillness. Allowing yourself to simply be in this moment. Just right here, right now. In the safety and support of this breath, this body, this space and time in the universe. Bringing your awareness back to the surface of your body. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And as you're ready, bend one knee and then the other, placing your feet on the floor. And come to rest over on your right side. Taking a breath here and keeping your eyes closed and your attention internal. Gently press your way up to find a seat. And sitting with your eyes closed, allow these words by Ellen Bass to wash over you. This is a poem called "The Thing Is." The thing is to love life, to love it even when you have no stomach for it, and everything you've held dear crumbles like burnt paper in your hands, your throat filled with the silt of it. When grief sits with you, its tropical heat thickening the air, heavy as water, more fit for gills than lungs. When grief weights you like your own flesh, only more of it, an obesity of grief. You think, how can a body withstand this? Then you hold life like a face between your palms, a plain face, no charming smile, no violet eyes, and you say, yes, I will take you. I will love you again. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs in to feel your heartbeat, your personal pulse. And take a deep breath of gratitude, sending that gratitude from your heart out to all the cells in your being. Thank you for joining me for practice today. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.